I do want to remind everyone that there is the YouTube channel. So if you go to YouTube and search for Next Level Suite, you'll see this Next Level Suite logo and the channel. You can subscribe to that. I've been doing little recordings, just a couple of minutes of here's how to with some of the new features and some of the updates. So that's a great way to stay on top of what's going on with Next Level Suite. If you check out the YouTube channel, I have them posted there. So one of the big things that we updated happened just this last week, and I did put it out on YouTube and put it on the Facebook Best Practices page as well. But I just want to go through and show this to you. So when you want to send a broadcast, you used to only be able to send it to certain folders, and then you could constrain it either by the zip code or the area code. But now you can do a search. So you can do any of your advanced searches, and as long as you save that search, it'll show up in the Save Searches. And then when you go into your tools and broadcast and create a new broadcast, then those searches will be, they'll show up right here. So these last three are my searches that I have saved on my home screen. So you can send emails or broadcasts to just those searches. What is cool about the broadcast is you can see the stats. So that was one of the questions that people have been asking about, was not being able to see the stats. So here you can see the delivery rates, if there were bounces or not, how many people opened, if there were any clicks, and then if anyone unsubscribed from that broadcast that you sent, you would be able to see that from this broadcast tool. So that's a good way too, and then it saves your past ones. So if you're wondering what emails you've sent, this is another way to send it so you can keep track of that, kind of like an outbox, which is one of the questions that we have had asked. So another thing that has been updated, and some of this was a little while ago, but in your meetings, there's a couple of different things. So after you set up a meeting, you can, in your notifications, you can put specific messages that you want to send to people when people register, the reminder notification that goes out, and then after people attended the meeting, you can have a specific message that goes to everyone who attended the meeting as well. And here's how you can change those notifications. The other thing that you can do, I want to make sure I'm going to the right place, is after the meeting is finished, where do the people go? So if you want to send people to your website after they close the meeting, you can send them directly to your website. So if you're doing some type of offer, their call to action, you can send them directly to your website, could send them to a lead capture page as well, depending on what your meeting was about. So those are some of the things that I wanted to touch on. Other questions that have come through, and someone asking about attaching photos to emails. You don't attach them, but you can insert photos into an email. So if you were going in to send the email in this email editor, which is the same if you're doing a one-touch, if you're doing a broadcast, or you're doing it just the way that I did it now, this allows you to insert the image. So you can upload any of your images, and then after you have them uploaded, they're saved in this choose image. And when you do that, so like we're just going to do this one, you can edit that. So the title is, if someone doesn't have images enabled on their email address or on their email, what would it show up as? So what do you want them to read? What text would you want them to read? And then what link, if you want it to go to a website, if they click on that picture, where do you want them to go? So that's how you can attach images to or put pictures in your emails or any photos. All right. Some of the other questions that have come through, what have clients found to be the most effective email campaign approach? Putting an offer in your email campaign is always a great way to do it. Some call to action, put it out maybe a month in advance or far enough out. Then you send a couple of reminders about it right away. And you lay off for a little bit, and then send that follow-up again right before that offer is about to expire. That's one of the ways that it has been effective. I know people do it just as informational. There's a lot of health and wellness companies that are using this. They'll use the webinars to send out those health wellness tips in the email campaigns. Any of the service industries can send it out if they have new patients or clients. What are the exact information that they want those new people to know about their business, their services, so everyone gets the same message. So all of their customers, all of their clients, all of their patients get the same information. Every time they have a new person, they subscribe them to those email campaigns. But always a call to action and something that they can take away from it. What are 1 or 2 key gotchas with recording webinars? Not really sure what you're asking with that one. Mike, do you want to either speak up or add some more to the chat? Recording the webinars. The thing with recording the webinars is you can send those recordings out to people to view at their own time. You can send them in a web link, embed them into a email or a website, so you can share them. YouTube, so that's one way, just making them educational so people want to learn more, want to watch your videos is a big way. And then you can also set them up on the autopilot. So, some of our past trainings with Dave Jenks will set up on autopilot as more of a lead capture to get more people interested in Next Level Suite in Master Networks. All right, with that, those are the questions that I have so far that have come through. Anyone else want to speak up and ask any other questions? This is your time. All right, so I don't see any more. Oh, there we go. Okay. Can we do our own webinars out of Next Level Suite? Yeah, if you have the professional or the executive level account, you have the ability to do the webinars. With the professional account, you can have 10 people, 10 other computers logged into the meeting. And with the executive level account, you can have 50 other computers logged in, and you can record it. So you can't record and you can't do the autoplay with the professional level account, but you can still do meetings. Does that answer your question, Jerry? You can also just, I have it on so that people can speak too. Yeah, if you have the professional level account, Jerry, and I can't remember right now without looking what you do have, you can do a webinar just like we're doing it now. You can have 10 other people logged in. You just can't record it. You can do your webinars, whatever your business is or however you want to use it. You're responsible for your own account. Keep it PG, people, but yes. Yeah, if it's your own account, you can use it for, we have people who are using it for multiple different businesses. If they're involved in different organizations, they certainly can use their accounts for any meetings that they would need to use. The other thing, with your meeting, you also have the conference line, this conference bridge. So like we called into this phone number, you can use this conference bridge without launching a meeting. So if you needed to do a multiple line call, a 3-way call, a 4-way call, whatever, have your group of people, they can all call in to this number and enter in their PINs, and you can have that call. Now, if you want to record that, then you need to launch the meeting. You won't have to show anything, any record, anything on this screen. but you would have to launch the meeting itself to be able to record that conversation. And then when you would go into your recording, you can just download the audio portion if you weren't recording anything on the screen. So I have had people do that if they're doing like a team meeting and have people from across the country. They can call in. They'll launch the meeting itself but not actually be sharing the computer screen part of it and just wanting to record the audio, and then afterwards they can share this audio with people. So they have to download it and then share it. So if you're going to share it this way, it's the whole meeting, the visual and the audio, whereas if you just download, you can download the audio, then you can upload it back in if you have the video recorder and put it into your emails as well that way. As far as the number of the conference meeting, it's the same as the number of people that you can have in your webinar. So if you have a professional level, you can have 10 lines in to call in. If you have the executive level, you can have 50. You can do a live video as part of the webinar. Yes, you can. You can either do this, if you have the video playing on your computer, you can do, when you're doing the share the screen, you can do a custom share, have the video play, and just adjust the screen sharing to go around that video. Does that answer your question, Mike? I think I've got them.
I was thinking about the idea of if I wanted the camera to be on me, my laptop camera on me during the video.
Oh, yeah. Yep. If you, so right now if I turned on the start webcam, you guys will be able to see my face. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to scare you. But yes, you can turn on. That's one of the options right now on the side of my screen. I have where my picture is at. It also says start webcam. Great questions. Did I miss anyone? I'm trying to scroll back through here. All right, I think I've covered everything that has come through on chat. So if you have the moderator control, so you have moderator controls for both calls and webinars. Yes, you have the moderator controls for the same. Yeah, if you're just using the conference bridge and you weren't going to launch the meeting part, you still use these moderator commands that will allow you to mute everyone's lines. And if you have two people that are going to be moderating, just make sure they have the moderator pin as well. So you can mute everyone else, but you two would not be muted to do the conference bridge. So yes, let me see here. Number, okay, got that. Yeah. As far as the moderator controls, yeah, it's the same for the webinar as it is for the calls. You can mute, unmute. I'm leveraging my time and have someone else to be doing the calls to schedule appointments. Can this be done? Yeah, if you have an assistant or something that wanted to use the phone dialer, if you have the phone dialer, you can have different voicemails recorded. So you can, each time you're doing a call session, you would choose which voicemail you want, but your assistant can use it and save their own voice message, or even if they're doing the calls but you want it to be your message, you could do that as well. So if the person answered, it would talk to your assistant. If they didn't answer, it could be either your assistant's voicemail or it could be your voicemail, whichever you have saved. Did that answer it, Keith? All right. Okay. Any other questions? All right. One other thing with the webinar that a lot of people aren't aware of is you can change who is sharing their screen. So like I launched this meeting from my computer, but if I clicked on one of your names, it comes up as the option to make presenter. It would then give you the opportunity to download the screen sharing app and launch that and share your computer screen. But I'm still running the meeting. So I'm still recording it, but we're looking at your screen, you're talking, but it's still hosted at my computer. That's something that people aren't aware of. So you could change that multiple times during the meeting if you want to change who was presenting. If you're going to do that, my only word of caution and advice on that would be is make sure that the person who is also presenting, if they're not launching the meeting, that you've done that share with them and they've downloaded and have all the updates of the screen sharing application that they need. Otherwise, there will be a lag in your time. The other thing with recording meetings, you can launch one meeting and you can start and stop your recording, and it saves it as different webinars. It'll be the same title when you go into your archives. So when you go back into your recordings, I'm showing you an example. So like this one and this one, you can see that they were really the same day, essentially the same time. I launched one meeting and did 2 different recordings during it. So I did this broadcast tool stats, did that recording, stopped recording, kept the meeting running, started recording again, and did the second one. And then when it saved it, those both had the same name, but then I could just change the name of each of them. So if you wanted to do multiple segments in a row and have them saved as different meetings, or if you started one and didn't like how it was going, you can stop recording, restart, so you get it exactly perfect how you wanted it. And then you can just delete the one that you didn't want, if that was the case. All right, let's see if there are any more questions that have come through. All right, not seeing any other questions, I'm going to assume that I have answered everything that you wanted at this point in time. And with that, I want to thank everyone for being on the call today and wish you the best of luck. And don't forget, go out to the Facebook page, look for Next Level Suite. There's a Next Level Suite best practice page, and that's where people can share ideas. I encourage you to share ideas, and also go to the YouTube channel. Subscribe to that if you haven't subscribed to that. And we'll have a lot more of these little segments and improvements and new things that are coming out with Next Level Suite posted on those places. So I hope everyone has a great day. Thanks. Bye-bye.